If this is your first job in the US after your graduation, or if you are an immigrant on your first job assignment here in the US, this video is for you. Because most people lose years and a lot of money without realizing how the system actually works. And for old timers, consider this a quick refresher you probably never got. I will explain where the missing money from your paycheck actually goes, what a 401k, IRA, and a brokerage account actually means in your real life, and then give you a simple step-by-step order to set up your money the right way. But before going ahead, only 14% of the viewers have subscribed to this channel. I don't know why so less. So if you don't want to miss out on these kind of videos, please dollar cost average and subscribe to this channel. Let's start with this one thing everyone ignores, your pay stub. You work hard, you see the salary number on your offer letter, and then your paycheck hits your bank account. And you think, wait, where did the rest of the money go? Well, nothing vanished, nothing was stolen. This is how the US system works. Part of your money goes to taxes, part of it goes to benefits, and part of it can be invested before it reaches your bank account. So once you understand this one page, your pay stub, everything else like the 401k, the IRA, and the investing finally starts to make sense. So before we talk about growing money, let me show you how to read your paycheck the right way. Let's use this sample pay stub on the screen because the numbers make this real. Start here at the top, gross income. In this example, the gross income is $300. This is the money you earn. This is the number your employer agreed to pay you before anything is taken out. Now jump to the bottom right, the net income. This is $217.05. So this is what actually hits your bank account. So the big question is, where did the other 80 something dollar go? Look at the deduction section. This is where most people panic, but it is actually very structured. First is the federal tax. This goes to the US government and it depends on your income and your tax bracket. Next is the state tax. If you live in a state that has one, you will be taxed. Now you'll see these two lines which confuses a lot of people. FICA Social Security and FICA Medicare. Think of FICA as a shared system. Social Security tax helps to fund retirement income for seniors and people with disabilities. Medicare tax, it helps fund healthcare for people over 65. You pay into this system every paycheck and your employer also pays their share. And this system will help you during your retirement. That is why these numbers show up on every paycheck. Now look at the year-to-date numbers. This shows how much you have earned, paid in taxes, and taken home so far this year. This numbers matters more than any single paycheck because it shows your real progress. Now here's the key idea. Some money leaves your paycheck before it reaches your bank account. And that is where the accounts like 401k and HSAs come in. Once you understand this flow, investing stops feeling confusing. So let us talk about the most important place your money can grow on day one of your job, your employer's 401k. A 401k is an employer-sponsored retirement account. It lets you invest directly from your paycheck before the money even reaches your bank account. Look at this image on the screen. This explains why 401k is so powerful. So in step one, your employer says, hey, we'll match 5% of your salary. So if your salary is $50,000, you contribute say $2,500 from your own paycheck. That's 5% of your salary, right? And then your employer puts in another $2,500. And just like that, you did not get 10% return. You get 100% return instantly. This amount is not taxed going into the 401k, but it will be taxed when it comes out. There is no stock, there is no ETF, there is no real estate deal that can give you that kind of guaranteed return. That employer match is not your bonus, it is part of your compensation. So if you do not use it, you're leaving a lot of money on the table. Some employers match 100% on your first 6%, some employers match 50%. It totally depends on your employer. Now the next question everyone asks is, what should I invest inside my 401k? If you're new, the simplest answer is target dated funds. A target date fund is built around your expected retirement age. If you're 25 today, you might pick something like 2060 or 2065 fund. When you're young, these funds are heavily invested in stocks, often 85 to 95%, because you have time on your side. And as you get older, the fund automatically shifts towards bond to reduce risk. You don't have to rebalance. You do not have to do any sort of guesswork. You just keep contributing and chill. Now let me show you why starting early and not missing the employer match matters so damn much. Let's say you start investing $500 per month from the age of 25 or the next 35 years. So from 25 to 60, you would have invested $210,000 from your own pocket. Now assume your employer matches dollar for dollar. That immediately doubles your contribution to $420,000 without you working a single extra hour. Historically, the S&P 500 has delivered about 10% average annual return over the long term. Not every year, but over decades. At that return, by age 60, that money grows to roughly $3.8 million. Your 210K becomes 3.8 million with just $500 per month contribution. That is not because you were brilliant. It is because you started early, stayed consistent, and did not miss free money. This is the real power of 401k. Not stock picking, not timing the market, just time in the market, consistency, and employer match. Now, if you want more control outside your employer plan, this is where IRA comes in. But before going to them, please don't forget to like this video because it helps the algorithm to reach more people like you. Alright, now let's talk about IRA. I like to think of IRA as a person who has two sons, two kids. One is called traditional and one is called Roth. Traditional is very practical. He says pay less taxes today and we will deal with taxes later. Money going into traditional IRA can reduce your taxable income now. But when you withdraw the money in retirement, you pay taxes on it. This usually works well when you are earning more today and want some tax relief. Roth is the younger one. Roth says pay the taxes now and after that I'm done bothering you. With a Roth IRA, you pay taxes upfront, but your money grows tax-free and comes out tax-free in retirement. That is why Roth is popular early in your career when your income and tax rates are still relatively low. Now here is the big difference between an IRA and 401k. With a 401k, your investment options are limited to what your employer is offering. With an IRA, you get much more freedom. You can invest in index funds, ETFs, mutual fund, even individual stocks, depending on where you open your IRA. Same retirement goal, more control. Quick reminder, everyone wants better money outcome, but nobody fixes how they think. That's why I have put in 10 AI prompts I personally use, and you can download it from the description below. Now, though they have the same father, the IRA, and the same goal, the retirement, the difference is when you pay taxes and how much control you want. You do not need to pick perfectly on day one. What matters more is that you start early. So now you have employer investing with 401k, personal investing with IRA, and flexibility if you want it. There's one more account that sounds boring but secretly powerful, the HSA. HSA stands for Health Savings Account. You only get it if you have a high deductible health plan. The reason people like HSA is simple: triple tax benefit. Money goes in tax-free, it grows tax-free when you invest it, and it comes out tax-free when you use it for healthcare. That is it. But if you use it for non-healthcare before 65, there are taxes and penalties. After 65, it works a lot like traditional IRA. So if you are young and healthy, you can think of it as an optional long-term bucket. If not, you can safely ignore this for now. Now, let's talk about the brokerage account. Because if you want to retire early, like I did, this is the most important account. And here is why. Unlike the 401k or IRA, a brokerage account has no retirement age. You don't have to wait till 59 and a half to withdraw any sort of money from this account. You can access this money whenever you want. That flexibility matters a lot if your goal is early retirement. Now, where do you open this brokerage account? You open a brokerage account through brokers, basically the platform that holds your income. Some common ones are Vanguard, Fidelity, and Charles Schwab. Think of a broker as a container, and your investment is something which you put inside this container. Now, inside this brokerage account, you will hear three terms a lot, like ETFs, mutual funds, and index funds. At the simplest level, ETFs and mutual funds are a basket of stocks. What changes is what the basket is trying to do and what it is trying to hold. Some ETFs or mutual funds focus on specific themes or sectors. For example, healthcare ETFs, biotech ETFs, AI or technology ETFs, and these funds own multiple companies in that space based on what the fund manager is trying to track. You're not betting on one company, you're betting on that entire theme or that entire sector. Index funds are even simpler. They do not try to be smart. They just track the big indexes like the S&P 500 or the NASDAQ. When you buy an S&P 500 index fund, You're owning a piece of that 500 large companies in the US. No guessing, no picking winners, you're diversifying it everywhere. And my philosophy has been very simple. I mostly buy broad market index funds, and then I add a few ETFs where I want extra exposure. That's it. No day trading, no hot tips, no constant buying and selling, just peace. Historically, broad market indexes like the S&P 500 have returned around 10% year over year for a long time. Not every year. Some years are ugly, some years are good. But over decades, this approach rewards patience, not intelligence. So to zoom out, your 401k and IRA are great for traditional retirement, but your brokerage account is what gives you freedom. It is the bridge between working life and early retirement. Let's quickly touch base on what not to do. Here's the part most people never hear. This entire system is not designed to be obvious. It is designed to reward people who start early and stay boring. Once you understand how your paycheck flows, once you stop skipping employer money, and once you let simple investing compound, the stress around money starts to fade. This is not theory. This is lived experience. See, I did not retire early by chasing returns. I retired early by not getting in my own way. If someone just started their first job in the US, this is the stuff that saves them years and a lot of money. Send it to them and ask to subscribe. Your finance friend Sushant, signing off.